You're already home?
I'm home.
Dang.
It was like was it last night? Yes. Last night-ish, yeah. So gave me some meds and got me out of there, and now I'm just chilling. So
When did you go in? Like, when did it happen?
it's Tuesday at like 11. I think by the time I got to Regions, it was like 12. Got rushed
Tu
there quick. So yeah, 12 p.m.
like lunchtime, not midnight.
Yeah, yep.
So what happened?
Yeah, I was my dad had called me and said that they had some trees down after that big storm we had on Monday night. Yeah, there was this big old tree that had fallen and we were just kind of cutting it limb by limb to kind of move it to the backyard and burn it or do whatever we were going to do with it. And I walked under and one branch had moved and the whole thing just fell right on top of me. And it kind of like sandwiched me. So it landed on my right side, but then crushed everything on my left side. So that's where my collarbone is broken here, and then my five broken ribs are on this side, and then the lung on this side got punctured. So yeah, we didn't really know what happened at the time. Once my dad has gone back to look at the tree and he thinks it's 1,000 pounds minimum. So I don't know how they got it off me. My parents must have just like turned into two superheroes at that point and just got it off me somehow. And then ambulance came and brought me to Regions. And yeah, I thought for 30 seconds, I was like, this is it. I lived my 32 years here and my parents are going to watch me go out here, but it worked out. They lifted it off, and then everyone in the ambulance and the at Regions was amazing. So still here, still breathing. So
Are your parents like Olympic deadlifters?
yeah, my mom actually, they think that she cracked a vertebrae in her back when she was lifting it off, but she wants it known that she worked harder than my dad to get it off me because she actually did something to herself. So
Did they see it or did you yell for help?
no, they were right there. They were both kind of like moving little branches as they got cut. So I don't even think it was the one my dad was cutting that made it happen. It was just like one little thing moved and the whole thing just fell right on top of me.
Did you
So
stay conscious?
I think the 30, I talked to my dad too. He doesn't know how long I was under there. I think we all kind of just that our bodies are our brains are blocking that off from our memory so that we don't have to think about it. But as soon as I got out, that's when I kind of came to. And my parents came over and I said, it's everything's okay. Just call an ambulance as soon as you can. And at that point, I had just heard a bunch of cracks when I was under the tree. So I didn't know if I was paralyzed from the neck down. I didn't want to move. I just said, call an ambulance. We'll figure this out. It's all good. And I was like surprisingly calm. I think I didn't want to see my parents freak out. So I was like, even if I was freaking out internally, I wanted to tell them, like, it's all good. Everything's going to be okay. But let's just call someone and get this figured out as soon as we can. So,
Where do they live? Western Wisconsin?
Hudson, Wisconsin. Yeah. So right over the river.
Have you had any moments since then? And maybe you're on too many drugs where you're like, holy, I could have died.
Yeah. I mean, so that moment when I was under the tree, the first thing I thought was, is this real? Is this really happening? It feels like a dream. And then I was like, ooh, they're not going to be able to get this off me. It's too heavy. I think I'm just going to go. And then, you know, getting so many texts and so many people being so sweet, um, it's been amazing. But then within all that, I'm just seeing so many things that say, we're so glad you made it. We're so glad you're here. And I think that just kind of keeps bringing me back, not in a bad way, but just like super lucky. It could have, I could have hit my head. I didn't have any brain or like head trauma. Like that could have been it. I think they said that if anything would have happened to my heart, I wouldn't have even made it to the hospital. So I think so many things broke my way, which is hard to say even as I'm sitting here and I'm basically immobile and every breath hurts because it's like the collarbone and the ribs and the lung, every breath is hard. So I actually have some people like sending me funny memes and it's very sweet, but I actually can't watch them right now because if I start laughing, I'll just keel over. So
Mm,
yeah,
man,
crazy
that's a
stuff.
lot to take in.
Yeah, but just glad I'm still here and makes puts things into perspectives. I think with even band stuff with the M House, every day things change and tours are happening and then they aren't, and things with music and that seems like the biggest deal in the world. Then all of a sudden something like this happens and you're like just grateful to be breathing air still. So kind of crazy.
Have you gone like all the way into like that existential question of why am I still here?
Yeah, I think I've gone there a couple times. I tried not to get there, which is why, like, right when you called, I was watching Pocahontas, and I watched Inside Out this morning, and I'm just watching just anything I can to kind of get my brain off of sitting here, just like wondering why I was spared and um other people aren't in a certain like similar situations where even someone was like, "Hey, I had a friend who got hit by a tree and they died," and like that easily could have been my situation, and the fact that it's not, super grateful and just grateful for every day now. So perspective, perspective, perspective.
I'm not gonna be playing guitar for a little bit or bass.
6 8 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. So when we signed our major record deal with Big Loud, our guitar player left. So then I switched from guitar to or from bass to guitar. And the bummer is my arm, I'm in a sling right now. This arm basically has to go 180 degrees the other way in order for me to play guitar. And they were like, yeah, it's gonna be 6 to 8 weeks. So,
Well,
but
Inside Out has a sequel and it's real sad.
I know, and when we looked at the TV today, we thought we had it, but Disney Plus, man, they get you. It's like you can click on it, but it says you can watch the trailer. I'm like, come on.
Right? You know what? I'm gonna contact them for you, see if they
Yeah,
can give
yeah,
you
send a good
come on,
word if you can.
come on it.
But I'm a big college football fan and English Premier League
Oh,
and NFL.
there you go.
I mean, it's hard to say that this was a good time for this to happen, but if there's any time,
Oh
I'm just
yeah, didn't you do something insane like pick a fantasy football something something?
yeah, I love fantasy, and I don't know if you know Paul Charchi, and he's like
Yeah.
a fantasy guy in the cities that we become friends, and I'm in the league with him. And as I was in the ambulance, and I had just been given fentanyl because they didn't know what was wrong at that point. They were just like, "We know you're in a lot of pain. Here's fentanyl." And then the guy went to the back of the other side of the ambulance. I had my phone on me, and I was like, "I might be on the clock in this league right now, and I don't want these guys waiting for me right now because like they want to make their picks. So I'm just gonna go on and make my pick quickly." And Church has taken that now and pulled it to a few people. So a little brevity there, which is kind of nice.
Who'd you pick?
That's the other bummer is I picked a guy who got cut that same day.
Sick, dude.
I know, but luckily he got signed yesterday. But if you get cut and you get signed, you're not playing anyways. So,
Mm-mm.
but yeah, I mean, that's another thing is there's gonna be fantasy football going on. So I'm just gonna sit on my ass and watch TV. So can't complain. So I appreciate you reaching out and just caring and
Big fan. Big fan.
yeah. And also my mom loves you more than I think she loves me. So
Well, that's why I'm going to tell the story about how your mom's a true hero and that she
yeah.
outworked her dad. That's
Yeah.
the
That's
lead.
all
And
she
then here's
wants.
that's all. What's your mom's name?
Lynette.
Lynette. I'm here for you.
Yes, that's all she cares about.
It's happening tonight.
And my dad shows people regularly your segment when we did Auld Lang Syne, the video.
Yeah, or I lose my mind.
Still to this day we watch it, but specifically your segment. So we're just big fans and we appreciate what you do.
No, thank you so much, man. I'm
Of
glad
course.
you're okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.